Brooks, come here. Come here.
What do you say?
This morning I thought of a video. We gotta make this. You're not gonna believe this story.
Okay.
As you know, I worked on the James Arness Marshall Dillon on Gunsmoke's ranch for a couple of years, 3 years.
The Simi Valley thing, yeah.
The Simi Valley thing. Something went on there when I was 16 years old. You're gonna see how mean I was. When I was working over there one day from 4 o'clock in the morning, about 7 o'clock in the morning, I was starving.
Sure.
I saw a bunch of cows and they all had babies. I grabbed 3 of the baby cows and I yanked off their balls and I barbecued it and I had fresh Rocky Mountain oysters.
I'm sorry, it sounded like you just said you cooked and ate bull balls?
That is correct. I had 6 baby cow balls. Yeah, please. That was 50 years ago. Don't throw up. Right here if you want to throw up. So I was hungry. There were no restaurants over there.
It sounds like it.
I was hungry. We need to make a video about that. That's right. I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you sooner. Jesus.
Hello, everybody. It is a Tuesday morning, about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I called my editor, told him, get over here. I want to have a conversation with you. So I think it's time for me, again, to bring out the person that does the magic behind the camera and in the editing room, Mr. Brooks Putman. Brooks, come over here. Come over here. About 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I called him in the middle of the week. I told him, Brooks, I want to make some videos. Get over here and let me talk to you. Mr. Brooks Putman was here within an hour. Come over here.
All right. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brooks, take this goddamn thing out. Get out of here. This is Mr. Brooks Putman, everybody. Thank you so much. Brooks, have a seat.
Thank you.
Have a seat. So, Brooks, about 20 years ago, applied at my company to work here. And Brooks was one of my bee guys. Believe it or not, he knows about bees, not as much as I do. After all, I am the bee man to the stars. But Brooks worked here for about a year, and he started making videos about the jobs and this and that, so I knew he is very talented. So he came over and we started making these. Brooks was my former employee. Brooks, a friend. Brooks, editor of my videos, and Brooks, the genius who makes a spaghetti like you have never had in your life before. He takes, let's see, green peppers, chops them, onions, he chops them, olives, mushrooms, and then he does some kind of a magic voodoo or whatever the hell he does. And if you've never tasted his spaghetti, you don't know what spaghetti tastes like. Anyway, Brooks, tell me, you were born in Alaska, rather made in Alaska, and born in Alaska. And you're an Eskimo. You know what? Take this goddamn thing out. We both have the same problem here, people. We want to get a hair transplant. We need some money. So I'll give you the address of the post office and send us each $10, like the Rolling Stones used to say. Send us $10 so we can get a hair transplant. Brooks, I'm going to put on this hat. Here, this is my hat for this interview. This is yours. Fantastic, man. Handsome son of a bitch. Anyway, so tell me, how did you get started in doing videos and all of that? You used to work at the studios.
Sure. When I first moved to Los Angeles, circa 1999, I got a job at the Paramount Studio lot as a tour guide, and one of my friends got a job. He was a fellow tour guide. He got a job on a TV show, and then he got his wife pregnant and needed to leave for paternity leave, and he recommended me to cover for him while he was gone for 2 weeks.
Wow, wow.
So in his 2 weeks of paternity leave off the lot, I was covering for him on his TV show, and he happened to be the production assistant.
Wow.
Meaning he was helping the editors.
Wow.
So I went in and started working with the editors, and I saw the professional edit bays and the full 3-screen Avid edit bays that they had, and said, how do you do this? And one of the editors, off hours, taught me how to use Avid, left me with the key to the edit bay, and I came back to the edit bay with footage of my friends and I had shot in Alaska, and recorded the footage into the Avid, then cut the footage with the Avid. In those days there was no YouTube, it was 1999, it's all videotape. So then I was able to output from the edit onto videotape and then mail the video back to my friends in Alaska. And that was like my first experience professionally editing, was actually editing at the Paramount Studio lot.
Wow.
In an edit bay that was used for TV shows.
As you know, Sony Pictures, Warner Brothers, Universal, Culver, they're all my customers. And I've been to their studios thousands of times and I see what they do. But your magic, man, is something else. I mean, it's like in your blood to do this. Okay, let's talk about, so your father was a pilot, airplane pilot, and he got in a plane crash and he passed away.
That's correct. Yes.
That's correct. Your mother passed away of cancer a couple of years ago.
That's accurate.
And the unfortunate news is, Brooks may have to go back to Alaska. I'm in Southern California here, and I need him, but he just advised me that he may have to go back over there. But for now, we're making these videos for you guys. So tell me about living in Alaska. Brooks, you know, we pay a weather tax in sunny California to be outside. You guys over there is ice and snow and polar bears and caribou and bears and all kinds of stuff over there. Tell me about life in Alaska. Tell me a little bit.
One of the number one thing about being at a high latitude is the difference in sunlight.
Oh.
So the way you're used to the sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening, in Alaska we only have that for about 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Between winter and spring, and then again between summer and fall.
Wow.
We have about 2 or 3 weeks of normal light.
Wow.
Other than that, the sun is doing circles in the sky, or is staying below the horizon.
Incredible.
Yeah.
One thing, Brooks, that you and I talked about, we were watching something on TV, and they were showing that the people in Alaska take ice and make like igloos, the round ones, and they go inside. And I asked you, I said, you know, let's say you're in there with your wife and your girlfriend, you want to kiss and whatever else. What do you guys do? It's freezing. You're inside a house that's made out of ice. You said we rub noses against each other.
Yeah, that's how a girl can show her affection to a man, because everybody's bundled up with 9 layers of caribou furs, but you usually have an open face so you can breathe. So when a girl wants to show her affection to a guy, she will step up to him and go chest to chest and rub her nose on his nose.
Oh, wow.
And it's called an Eskimo kiss.
Living in Southern California, we have other ways of showing our affection. And I'd rather pay the weather tax and live here and show my affection that way. You guys, and doesn't it get cold in that igloo, or what happens?
Actually, once you're inside a structure made of snow and ice, by the way, the Eskimos have about 30 words for snow because there's 30 different types of snow. So once you're inside the canopy of ice and you have the door closed, your human body heat and your breath will warm the place enough.
Can you light a fire inside?
Yeah, we generally will take seal oil.
Yeah.
We want the seal is it's a mammal that lives underwater. It is has a lot of fat, and you get a whole lot of seal oil from it. So you will literally take a flask of seal oil and light a small fire in the middle of the floor of the igloo, and it looks like this.
Wow.
It's one little flame. It's
Incredible.
it's one little slow burning flame, but that's enough to warm the inside. So what you get is a nice sheet of glazed, slightly melted ice on the inner layer of the igloo. So then all you need is something warm, a skin to put down, so you're not sitting on the snow. You're actually sitting on a caribou skin. You're sleeping on a caribou skin. You're giving Eskimo kisses on a caribou skin.
Oh yeah. No, I'd rather live here, man. Forget it. Forget it. Jeez. Oh man. What do you call it? When you worked here before, what gave you the idea to start filming the bees? Because I've seen some of the videos you made 20 years ago, and they were incredible, and that's where I got the idea for you to come. Why did you do that? Did you find that world fascinating, the world of bees?
What I found was the cinematic nature of using ladders and climbing on and off of roofs and being around swarms of bees. That was stuff that I had not seen a whole lot of on TV, and I was certainly never in the swarm. So when on my first and second day, we were in swarms of bees, and I was going, "Oh my God, we need to make a movie of this."
Wow!
And then it was day two. We actually went to a house that was used in the movie Lethal Weapon 2 up in the hills, and I was heartbroken I didn't have a camera with me. So after my second day, I went right to Best Buy after work. I bought a camera and came to work ready on day 3.
You talk about you did that house that was in the movie. When I first started doing the bees in like 1976, it was 78 or something like that. I did the house that Charles Bronson made the movie The Mechanic. And in that house, there is an indoor swimming pool in that house. I walked through it and I took care of the bee problem. Later on, when I saw the movie, I said, "Oh my God, I've been to that house before." I had no idea that's the house, but I have an indoor swimming pool at my house. I don't see many indoor pools in Southern California, and I remember that. That was like 45 years ago. I remember so well. You know, doing this, as you know, Brooks, people call anonymously, you knock on the door of the customer, all of a sudden, Charlize Theron opens the door, and she had a bathrobe on. I'm going to tell you, first of all, she's one of the most beautiful women I've ever laid my eyes on. She came to the door and she had a bathrobe on. Everything was covered, but I saw her tattoo. And her tattoo is in a place that you, the audience, are never, ever going to see it or know about it. But Isaac, the bee man to the stars, saw the tattoo of Charlize Theron, and I can't tell you anymore. Sorry. Anyway, Brooks, you know, I'm so happy I'm able to introduce you to the world. Now you guys know the story of who's behind the camera and who does his magic with the spaghetti he cooks and the videos that we make. And that's why I am dedicating this video to my friend, my former employee, and now my tenant, Mr. Brooks Putman. And I'm so glad. Brooks, stand up. Mr. Brooks, here, put this on here. I'm changing hats again because we try to have fun with you. Here, this is your hat. Give me a hug, Brooks. Thank you so much. By the way, you know, my brother was the doctor for the Los Angeles Lakers and Kobe's doctor. You know that, right?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen enough pictures.
I signed with the Lakers. I met him.
Thank you so much for watching the video. We'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.